Hi, I'm Chelsea Hewsome, your host of the Lip Service and Lashes podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, author, speaker, and mom of two. And I'm so tired of women not feeling like they can show up as fully expressed versions of themselves. So here, we're all about that unapologetically, because honestly, we don't have time not to. Literally, because we're busy as F moms and entrepreneurs, but also figuratively, because we don't know how much time we have on this planet, and we want to make an impact now. But if we're doing this, we're making it real vibes only. So let's get inspired, laugh our asses off, quite possibly cry, and feel like you're sitting on the couch with your bestie and a glass of wine. I'm so happy you're here. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to another Lip Service and Lashes podcast. I am your host, Chelsea Hewsome. I'm so glad you're here, you guys. Okay, today I want to talk about something that I have been doing for many years. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't shared about this before and how powerful it is. So I always call it the script. And I used to call it something else, cannot remember, but I truly have been doing this for years. And this is just, we've all heard of visualization, we've all heard of manifestation and things like that. And there's so much power in all of that. One thing when I used to teach workshops, I would talk about the power of visualization and how they did this study on, it was professional athletes that had been physically injured. And so they were in rehab, they can't actually do the sport that they, typically do. But they were encouraged to visualize their healing. And for example, let's say you're a gymnast and these athletes would visualize them going out to their floor routine. They are nailing everything. It is perfect. They are, hitting every flip and whatever it is they do perfectly, and to walk through it in their mind. And so this study showed that when these athletes who were injured actually came back and were ready to go back out and compete, those athletes came back either at the level they were at or further and had improved in their time off with their gymnastics or whatever it was, because of the visualization, because the study showed that the brain couldn't tell the difference between physically doing the action or visualizing it. So, you would assume if you're injured, you come back and you're not where you were and things like that, right? But it's just such a powerful thing about how important visualization is and how it can really work for us. So for this script, like I said, I have been doing this for so many years, and this is what I do. I use Google Docs really so I can keep them all in one place. And many years ago, I would say, okay, I'm here right now, today, right, on this date. But I'm dreaming of these things. What is my ideal life? What am I doing? Who am I around? Like, where am I living? All the details. And the goal is to write it out in such detail and picturing your where are you at? I like to say, like, I wake up and I'm, at this time and this is what I do, and kind of walking through your day with as much detail as possible. So I'm just going to read of my first paragraph of one of my old ones, and then I'll kind of talk about it more. But just the first paragraph, I kind of just set up in general, like how I feel, what is my life, what am I experiencing? So this is an old one. It says, I radiate pure joy, peace, and love. I bask in the beautiful creation that is my life. It is filled with abundance beyond belief. I laugh and play with my kids, husband, and friends every single day. I truly am present in my life and take the time to enjoy small everyday moments. I feel filled up, creative, inspired, and my soul is sparking and lit up. I am happy, calm, silly, and grateful for all the abundance I dwell in. I have more wealth than I could have ever imagined. I feel empowered and ready to pour my heart and soul out into the world and inspire others to do the same. I feel like a badass who's taking the world by storm and manifesting all of my wildest desires. My tap is open and free flowing, and I'm constantly in flow. My vibe is high, and I'm thriving in my health, business, relationships, spiritually, and energetically. I literally jump out of bed each morning because I'm so excited about each new day in my life. So that's just like a little overall, like, how do I feel in my ideal life? How do I feel? And it's funny, I don't know how on Google Docs to see when I wrote this, but this was from years ago and pretty spot on, guys. So the cool part about this is I started doing these years ago when I was a teacher. And I think I even did one before I was a teacher potentially. And so it's like I said, the way to do this is, okay, today is the day, whatever actual date it is today. What are your wildest next level dreams? And I don't want you to dream small. I want you to dream freaking big. Like I said, what are you doing for work? What are you doing for fun? Where are you vacationing? Where are you living? What are your kids doing? What memories are you making as a family? Stuff like that. Where are you traveling in the world? And literally write it out with so much detail and feeling. And I just love this because, what I would do is print it out, read it every single day, because you're acting as if this is that someday dream is your life now, right? And so we are really visualizing it. So the more detail you can put in, how you feel, what you see, what do you smell, what do you feel, and what's your energy like, it allows us to visualize that future dream as if it's done, and you're writing it in the present tense. You're not, well, someday the blah, blah, blah. It's like, I give joy, I give thanks for this now. And so you're writing it in present tense as if it is you're living in that now, right? And I'm telling you how powerful it is, because I have so many versions of this, and then I go back and read them and everything has happened. And like I said, these are big dreams. These are big jumps. It's not like, oh, well, in a year I want to do this. It's like I'm thinking 5 years from now, whatever, big ass dreams. And you're writing it out as if you're feeling it, you're experiencing it now. And it's just such a powerful exercise to really concretely put down what your goals are, what your dreams are. And you're forcing yourself to visualize it as if it is real, as if it has happened. And how grateful you feel for all of this, right? And then I'm telling you, if you do this, even probably once a year, if you go back and read that, most of it's going to have happened. It's so powerful and crazy to me. I was looking back at some of these. It's like, I remember my last day working for that old construction company I worked for. I said, right here in the script, it says, I remember my last day working for X company. I'd waited so long for this day. My soul was calling me in another direction, and I knew I had to grow past that career. I finally demanded more out of my life and held myself to a higher standard as to how I wanted to feel and be treated. It said, now I am CEO of American GPR and Coring, my own company. Look at that. I've been in business 5 years, guys. I wrote this before it happened, and it just said, I took the leap, became my own boss. It has paid off handsomely. It allows me to work from home, have complete flexibility of my schedule. I'm so incredibly grateful. I have complete freedom of my time. I mean, it's just, wow. It says, it's truly been a blessing in my life and has allowed me to feel like I own my life and I'm living it on my terms. Calling all badass moms and entrepreneurs ready to stop surviving and start thriving. Y'all, I am officially opening spots for one-on-one mentorship. This is designed exclusively for the women who know they're meant for more, but feel stuck in the chaos of balancing business, motherhood, and everything in between. I'm not just another coach. I'm a proven business owner who's built an award-winning company, written a best-selling book, launched a podcast, and built a platform, all while raising a family. If you're ready to get unstuck and take bold action, master time management and boundaries, build an unshakable CEO mindset, and prioritize your energy without guilt, then let's make your next level happen. Faster, smarter, and with zero apologies. This is not for the excuse makers. It's only for women ready to go all in on themselves. Remember, spots are limited, so if you are interested, head on over now to Instagram and send me a DM with the word mentorship. I cannot wait to talk to you, girl. I mean, so cool. And I could go back and back and back. And it's talking about the vacations I want to take with my family that now we do all the time. It's talking about how my health, my habits, that kind of stuff that are really non-negotiables in my life now. Talking about my husband, he had in here, the script I had talked about how he had a new company, had a new position at a new company, and, was paid very well and things like that. That's happened. I mean, this is so powerful that I encourage you to try this if you haven't already. And maybe you've written a little bit, but like take it really deep and just think of, what are your vacations? Write those out. Ideal vacations. What does family time look like? How are you making memories? How are you spending your time? What does your health look like? What does your tribe look like? What is, all of those things. Now, I will say, back in the day when I started doing this, there was no like ChatGPT or any of that kind of stuff. And so now it's even cooler and easier, you guys. So this used to take a long time for me to sit and write through, right? And I would revise it, and it's, sometimes you're like, I'm not getting the point across as much as I really want to. So the last one, what I did is I took my massive dreams like today as I am now, and these dreams are like so much bigger than I ever could have imagined, let's say 10 years ago, right? But I went into ChatGPT and I said, these are my goals. As specific as humanly possible, these are my goals. Write me a story about a day in my life based off these goals. Oh my God, you guys, like it writes this beautiful story, like detailed story about, how for me, it was saying I wake up, early I sip my cup of coffee, look in my home in Mexico, looking out over my pool, and I look at the ocean and I see dolphins jumping, and I'm so freaking grateful for my life. And then I work out, with an hour with my trainer, and then I come back for my nutritious, delicious breakfast prepared by my private chef. And like, truly, I wrote this. And, so I just put my goals in there, what my health goals, my anything, my career goals, my family goals, and it created this beautiful story that I printed out. I read it all the time because, again, I'm visualizing it. My brain can't tell if it's real or not. So I'm reading this and literally picturing it in my brain. And then I took ChatGPT, can take it even further, which is so cool. It's like, okay, now build me a daily schedule to get me to that life in 2 years or 5 years or whatever, like a daily schedule of my habits to get me to that goal, to get me to these goals and to make these dreams a reality. So then it breaks out like all these detailed, habits, all these things you should be doing to get there. How cool is that? Again, like what I love, and I don't even really know how to use ChatGPT to its full potential, but what I love about this is something that maybe used to take kind of a long time. And this just boom, boom, boom. It makes it so much faster and like it's really good. And, you could say like break out a month by month schedule of things I should be doing and by biggest priority first or things like that. Like it really, I think a lot of people use it for, work stuff or this stuff, but I'm trying to tap into it more for my dreams, my goals and habits and things like that. And it's so powerful and it's so cool. So I would just really encourage you, if you haven't done this, or maybe you've done it like me where you just sat and wrote it out, or you wrote out your goals, you wrote out your dreams, put that into something like this and see how much further it can take it or how much better it makes it sound or things like that. It's just such a powerful way to manifest your dreams and be really real and put them into words and to visualize what you're trying to do with your life. And like I said, it's so cool to go back and read these things that over and over and over again, the majority of what I've written for my wild dreams, my down the road goals have come true. It's so powerful. So I encourage you to do that if you aren't already. And if you are, try to take it a step further and let some AI stuff help you because it's just like mind blowing. And if you know any AI stuff that, like prompts or things like this that I don't know about, please tell me because I'm always open and it's just like blows my mind how cool this stuff is. So I hope you found this valuable. I so appreciate you. Share this with any friends. And always remember, no BS, just real vibes. And I will see y'all next time on Lip Service and Lashes. If you loved the episode, share it on Instagram and tag me so I can say thank you and meet you. Or share it with a girlfriend who you know would love this too. Always remember, no BS, just real vibes. See you next time on Lip Service and Lashes.